strawberry yogurt really mess you up? Wait, how did you know that I had strawberry yogurt last night? And that's why.
Okay. All right.
Let me know when you're ready to go, and I'll
Yeah,
transition us
definitely.
in.
All right. Going live on Facebook. Going live on YouTube. All right. Good. Go
Cool.
ahead and start. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to yet another episode of Second Chance Warriors. Today we're joined with Andara here. He will be sharing his story with us. I'll also have my co-host here, Vic or Wisdom. Welcome you guys. I also welcome in to the viewers on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Welcome in everyone. Thank you for joining us today on this beautiful Sunday. So, Andara,
Nice.
go ahead, bro. The floor is yours, man.
Alrighty, thank you. Yeah, my name is Andara. I am a fellow stroke survivor. I had my stroke when I was really young, probably around the age of 5 or so. So really young. So I've pretty much been with this situation for pretty much my entire life. But yeah, I mean, I'm a pretty avid gamer. I've been gaming for pretty much all my life, pretty much. But yeah, that's a little bit about me. Yeah, that's who I am.
So, with your stroke as a kid, do you remember, like, do you by chance remember, like, what you were doing at the time? Can you recall, or?
Yeah, I can't recall like what I was doing. Just only what I was told when I was younger. As far as I know, my stroke wasn't anything like hereditary or anything like that. It was, from what I'm told, it was just due to me falling, and I had an object in my mouth at the time, and it went down my throat and somehow ruptured something, and I had a blood clot. And then about a week later, I think I had a stroke. But that's pretty much all that I know. Yeah, so it was kind of like a freak accident, I guess you could say.
Holy crap, dude!
Good.
Damn.
Yeah, it's definitely intense. But what it kind of sounds like, it was whatever object was stuck in your throat punctured the carotid artery. Is
Yeah,
that
I
what it
was
was?
told. Yeah, I was told it was like a toothbrush. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Mhm. Yeah.
Jeez, no, that's scary.
Oh my
Oh yeah,
god,
no,
dude.
definitely. Super unfortunate. Yeah, I'm a
Yeah,
fear of toothbrushes
Wow.
now. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah. I mean, I would too. Jeez.
Oh,
Yeah.
So at the age of 5
unfortunate.
is when it happened, and you said it was a week later that you had a stroke?
Yeah, that's what I've been told. Wasn't too much
Okay.
information on it
that is
when I was
insane.
a little kid. Yeah.
Wow.
If you don't mind me asking, like, how old are you now? How long has it been?
Yeah, so I'm 28 now, so it's been a fair amount of time since I've had
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Wow. So just like our last guest, which she's actually here, Keep Dancing, she had her stroke at the age of 9, and she was just swimming, and she had no idea, and she just wanted to go back into the water. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god, like
Yeah.
that is a toothbrush though, a toothbrush. Like you would never ever think like
No,
it could happen.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
absolutely
super
no
rare,
thoughts about
right?
that. Yeah. You
Mhm.
wouldn't expect it at all.
Not at all. Not at all.
Nope.
Not at all. Like, wow. I, oh,
Mhm.
dude, I'm just baffled right now. I'm just thinking in my head, like imagining it. Like, oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, that's traumatizing at 5 years old. Yeah.
it is.
Oh yeah.
It really, really is. Like,
Yeah, and especially growing up like that too. It's not wasn't the best experience, I would say. Um, and to be honest, like I've kind of adapted to it now that I'm like in my later 20s. I've definitely adapted to that kind of stroke. But I think
Oh
now
yeah.
at this point, the most difficult part is honestly, if I could change one thing, like I wish it would have happened on my left side instead of my right side, because being a left hand dominant in like a right hand dominant world, it's kind of sucks, to be honest with
I
you.
feel
But
that. No,
other than that,
I
I mean,
totally feel that, man.
yeah, I mean, still handshakes are the worst. I gotta go either like this or give them this.
Yeah.
It's that's like the
Oh
bane
my
of my
God.
existence.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Yeah,
doubt that.
man. That is
Yeah.
tough, bro. That is tough, bro. Like,
Mhm.
The other
I
part too is there's cultures who actually view the left-handed shake as like an insult almost.
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That
So I
is
try to
Yeah,
do it
very
as
that's
smooth
true.
as
intense.
possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
Exactly,
very
man.
rough, though. That is very, very rough. But honestly,
Yep.
like, hearing that you were able to adapt from a young age up to now, like,
hmm
that's still amazing, bro. Like, you've had to
Yeah.
have overcome so many obstacles, especially as a gamer. Like, I can't even imagine how you played, play video games as a kid, like growing up. Like,
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah. I
even
can.
imagine. Like, dude.
Yeah, I can kind of
Go
give you a
ahead.
little background on that. So,
Yeah,
growing up, I think before 2015, I kind of adapted to using a controller.
Mm-hmm.
Because before I had the surgery that kind of changed the way my hand is. But before my hand was like this. It got to this
Mm-hmm.
point where it was kind of like a claw. So like I was able
huh?
to use a controller and kind of use
Yeah.
my left hand as like to like move my joystick and things like that. But then I had this the
Gotcha.
surgery to kind of reverse the tendons to make it so that
Mm-hmm.
way my hand wasn't like this. It's more like this now, which
Mm-hmm.
honestly, looking back, it kind of did more bad than good for me, because now
Oh,
my hands like a lot more tensed up, right? Before I was
Yeah.
yeah.
able to like hold things, but yeah, after that I couldn't really use a controller anymore because like my hand wouldn't grasp the controller very well. So that's
Mm-hmm.
when I moved over to PC gaming, and trying to
Okay.
figure out the best way I could do that. And I kind of figured out, I bought this left-handed Razer Naga when they
Mm-hmm.
were still making them. So I use this a lot. It has a lot of buttons on the side. And then back then they used to have this thing. I don't know if you guys know what this is. It's a stinky footboard, but it's like a 4-directional foot pedal. And like I would use
Okay.
this for like to move my character, back and forth and things like that.
Interesting.
They
That's
don't,
awesome.
Interesting.
yeah. So I used that for a while, and they stopped making both of them, which kind of sucked.
I kind of wonder
Damn.
why.
Yeah, the Stinky went out of business. I think that's like my third one. So I had to like look on eBay and try and buy those, and then this one they actually brought this one back, so I was able to buy a couple more of those.
Yeah.
But
Nice.
well, yeah, I was using that, and then Azron came out with this, and honestly, this is like the best thing I've ever had in my life, and it kind of
Yeah.
just changed the game for me, especially when gaming. And yeah, I love it. It's awesome.
Dude, same here, man.
Yeah.
I can't get to mine like fast enough, but I got one. I got a controller that I could move and
Mhm.
do the keyboards. Actually got that for World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Gotcha.
And then I ended up not using it, and now that I use the Steam Deck and that kind of stuff, I feel like I should
Mhm.
probably like pull that out again. and use it because it is a nice. I mean, even if you're not disabled, it's such a nice mouse. Just to
Yeah,
use.
no, it's super good, right? Like now my freaking left calf doesn't get tired after pushing on the freaking foot pedals for like 8 hours straight, you know? I can just
What do you
use it.
mean? You don't want to sit there and exercise your feet?
No, hey, if it's just one calf getting all the exercise, it's not very good. You
Nope.
should see the
Yeah,
difference.
very true. Very true.
Right?
You will see the difference, man. But yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, like as a child, like having to adapt to learning how to play with what you have with one hand, like that's very commendable because back then, for sure, no one was, thinking about disabled people playing video games. So,
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah.
like, I can only imagine how you played video games back then. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, that's a challenge. You gotta be a lot more creative when it comes to trying to find accessible gaming. And I feel like
Right?
there's a lot more options for the right-handed. Like this is the only like left-handed gaming mouse that has buttons on it that I've
Yeah.
found. And we actually I was part of a Facebook group. We started a petition to bring this back.
yeah,
So like a bunch of me and then a bunch of other left-handed disabled gamers, we kind of brought this back, and Razer actually re-released it, so it's still out there,
Nice.
which is really nice to have. But
That is
now that I have the
awesome,
Asma, I
dude.
don't really need it too much.
yeah. The time to retire.
I
dude.
also. That was another thing. Like the last time that we were talking, I remember talking about how the fact that like the disabled community seems like we are just completely overlooked in so many
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
ways, and it is just frustrating when that comes in.
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly. Yeah.
And we really do need more people to like advocate for us.
Yep.
And I wish we had more stars who like advocated for us.
Very
One of my
true.
favorite stars who advocates for disabled gaming and gaming at your own pace and a whole bunch of stuff is Jennifer Hale. And
Mhm.
yeah, she is an absolutely amazing voice actress. I don't know if either of you know what she's done.
Mm-hmm. I'm not super familiar.
Okay, Mass Effect. She did the voice of
Oh.
Commander Shepard, the female Commander Shepard.
Oh, okay.
She's also the recent voice of Cinderella. And then she's done so many. She's the voice of Samus in Metroid.
Oh wow.
as well.
Nice.
Yeah. So she's definitely out there. But she is one that like she just advocates heavily. And I really, really wish we had more who advocated for us.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
that'd be
that
super
helpful.
helpful. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
And that's why I started this, because no one talks about this. No one talks about stroke. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and for us to really spread the word, by word of mouth and doing this, it's like, we are doing the best we can to spread it out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
You
I
gotta
think
talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're one of the only ones that I really was able to find that kind of had a similar situation. I mean, that's why I kind of gravitated to you when I saw your Twitch stream. Yeah, I was actually looking up like videos on the Cyro and things like that too, because that's something that I wanted to start publishing out there, is like showing people like what you could do with this, and then that's how I found your video, I believe, and then went to your Twitch stream.
Gotcha,
Nice.
Gotcha. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yes.
When you get a
that's it.
chance, can you throw the link for that into our it doesn't have to be in our chat, it can be in the chat for the Second Chance Warriors.
Yeah.
What I'll do with that is I'll grab that and I'll just flash it up on screen while we're talking. When I edit this together later.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. Yeah.
Well, you don't have to do it now. You can do it later.
Okay. Okay.
No rush.
All right. I got you.
Yeah.
And, yeah, man. Honestly, just like hearing your story, like, I know this is kind of like, I'll be kind of going off topic here, but still as a child, like, the farthest I can remember is 2 years old, right? And I remember I had an accident as a baby. I was
Mhm.
in the Philippines, playing around upstairs on the second floor. And in the Philippines, the houses there, the ground floor is literally cement.
Mhm.
And then you have like wood,
Mm.
like bamboo walls, uh bamboo walls going up to the second floor and all that stuff, right? Anyways, my cousin like accidentally bumped into me. I tumbled down the stairs. My head hits the ground, like the cement ground, cracking my skull as a child. Technically, I should have died. I still have that crack in my skull up to this day. I still have it.
Mm.
The doctors were saying I should have died, but somehow they saved me. And
Yeah.
now that I think about it, could that crack in my head be a possibility to my stroke? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a
Mhm.
question that I've been thinking about ever since my stroke happened. Like, it just came up to me right now. So that's why I'm like,
Yeah.
is there some kind of that? I'll have to ask my doctor this, like, straight up when I talk to her again.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was just a segue to something else.
Yeah.
I mean, I completely get that because my mom and I were talking, and this was a long time ago. I was in Talladega, Alabama, and I think I was probably like 15 or maybe younger. But I remember being out by the pool with a whole bunch of other girls, and we're in their bathing suits, and apparently one of the guys um, got out from the paintball section and decided to shoot up the girls with a paintball gun. Of course, he got in trouble. But I distinctly remember getting hit in the neck. And I remember getting hit in the neck and then pulling back my hand, and the paintball was red. So immediately I had thought at that time that I got shot because I didn't know it was a paintball at first. And years later comes this, and this is the section in which I had the dissected carotid artery. And I remember looking at mom just the other day, and I was like, is it possible that I had a weakened carotid artery because of that injury? So, I mean, you never know what happens
Yeah.
in our youth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good thing that you shared that, because like now I feel like someone else is in the same situation as I am now that we're talking about it. Like, could
Yeah.
these accidents be a part of the reason to our stroke? In our later years, like you know what I mean. Like this is like a mystery. Like now that we're now that I'm hearing it, I'm just like, okay. This is something I really, really, really gotta ask my doctor, because we don't know. It could be a possibility. It could not be. We don't know.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part, is not knowing. Like,
Yeah.
and the doctors are even like dumbfounded by it too, because they're sitting there going, we have no idea how this happened.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's the crazy stuff that happens. I mean,
it is.
a toothbrush. Who would have thought a toothbrush? Was it-
right?
So, remind me, you were brushing your teeth. Did you fall and it fell down?
No,
Like-
from what from what I saw, I was running with it in my mouth.
Oh,
That's how
That's
it
up there with
Then
like
it
running
comes-
with scissors. Do not run with scissors.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or a knife. Or a knife.
Right. Yes.
Oh my god.
100%.
Holy crap,
Yeah.
though, man. Wow.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's
Oh man,
that's some scary stuff.
it really is. Like I'm still
Yeah.
I'm still imagining it. I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm
Because
imagining
that's-
it too. 'Cause I don't remember.
That's how like our brains go. Like, it's one of those moments in which like you're watching a horror film or something like that, and you think, "Oh, this couldn't happen. This shouldn't happen. It couldn't happen." And they do something, and you're sitting there going, "Oh God!" And then you realize it could happen, and then you're just disturbed by watching it. So
Exactly.
this is that same kind of scenario where you're thinking, this wouldn't happen, it couldn't happen, and then it does, and you're like, oh,
Shit, it happened.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh my
Hey,
god,
wha-
man.
One of the things I find myself doing a lot is like, I kind of I try to imagine like who would I be like, or what would I be doing if like I didn't have it, and just like seeing like
Yeah.
where would I be in life if that didn't happen, like that goes through my mind like for like every single day or something like that. Just it pops in my mind like, I wonder what I'd be doing right now if I didn't have a stroke. Yeah. I had full range of motion in my body. That's something that
Right.
kind of eats at me every day, and I don't think that's ever gonna go away, to be honest. But
Honestly, bro, like
It doesn't.
I do not blame you.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
I cannot blame you at all. Like, I feel like honestly, like, I feel like you have been robbed as a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
Straight up,
Mhm.
you
Uh,
have been robbed.
Anybody who's has something like this, a stroke in some way at a very young age, yeah, it's basically their life has been robbed in a way, and it's, I mean, not that our lives haven't been robbed in some way,
Mhm.
but that life of growing up where you get to play sports and doing a whole bunch of stuff, yeah, it kind of does suck. But at the same time, what did it protect you from? That's the question that I have. What did it protect you from?
That's a very good
Yeah.
question.
Yeah, I mean,
That is a very, very good question.
yeah, for sure. I don't know.
I'm not one of those people that are just like, oh, it's fate, or it's like this kind of thing. I'm more one of those people that I'm like, why did this happen in this way? Like, why did it protect you from something? Or were you supposed to have this happen instead of it later on down in the life, or that kind of stuff? I guess it kind of sounds like fate, but it's not fate to me, because I don't look at
Yeah.
it that way. I just look at it as it's happened, but for what reason, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
The
like-
dangerous place that our brains go is the what if, though. Exactly like what you're talking
Yeah.
about. What if?
What if, right?
Yeah.
I hate that shit.
Maybe I could have
man. I hate
been
what
an
ifs, man.
NBA pro, Maybe I
Yeah,
could have
yeah,
been an NBA star or
100%.
something.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
Man. All right.
Yeah.
Who
Let's
knows?
see.
Who knows?
Let's see. Let's go ahead. Chat. Do
Mhm.
any of you have a question at all? If you do, feel free to ask, and we'll go ahead and mention it. Don't feel like you guys have to listen to us like the whole time. Feel free to ask questions as well, like for either one of us, like myself,
Yeah.
Dick, or Andre. Like, feel free to ask us questions about anything. Like, I'm an open book. You guys know this already.
Yeah, you can ask me a question, you can ask Matt a question. While
Yeah.
we're waiting for the questions, though, you told us about your username. What was the background for that?
Oh yeah. Yeah. So my first name is Andrew. So
Mhm.
and then the last 3 letters of my last name is ARA. So I kind of just took the first 3 letters of my first name, last 3 letters of my last name, put them together, and that's how Andara came
Nice.
to fruition. I guess proficient. I don't know how to say that word.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess I don't remember. I think I took inspiration from like an anime called Sword Art Online. I think the
Mhm.
main character did something like that, and that's kind of like
Okay.
it's how I made my name.
Yes.
But honestly, I don't remember much about watching it. I think that was like honestly one of the first animes I've ever watched,
Nice.
way back over there. So yeah, that's kind of how it came.
Yes.
Yeah,
Man,
Yeah,
that's
nice.
awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome, bro.
yeah.
It's a good username, yeah.
Cool.
It
Yeah.
really is. It really, really is. But yeah, welcome in everyone on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. If any of you guys have a question, feel free to ask. We will answer it the best we can. And for myself, Vic or Andra.
Yeah.
Welcome in, Lena.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I have my own Twitch going, so anybody in my chat can easily pop in.
Of course. Yeah, I wanted like thinking about like the past like podcasts I've done. Like I feel like, you know, as we talk, you know, I feel like it would be cool if the, you know, questions would come when questions we ask from the viewers. You know, like if they have something that they want to know about us personally, or what about our strokes, our story, or our recovery, like stuff like that. Like, feel free to ask everyone.
Yeah.
But Andra, let me ask you: do you have any questions for either one of us?
Yeah, absolutely.
Any questions for you guys? Let's see. I'm kind of blanking right now, honestly. I'm a little nervous, to be honest.
That's okay.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay.
This is why I don't stream.
Oh, it's okay, man. No worries. But you know, again, we're really happy that you decided to do this, like, you know, and being a part of this, like, you know, you, especially you coming off of my stream, like from YouTube, then going to Twitch, and now you're here, and it's like, this world is so small. Like, it's crazy what you will find out there, and people you will come across meeting. You know, like. You found me because of a video I've done of the Saro, and then you followed me because you're like, okay, I could really relate to this guy. So it's again, I really appreciate that so much, man. Because again, like, there aren't many people who are familiar with the Saro. So actually, you having 3 of them, I'm just like, okay, that's actually pretty cool, because there are other people who does use this now that I know.
Yeah, no, 100%. You know, I bought 3 of them just because I just wanted to make sure to stockpile on them, just in case they stop making them, and that way it'll extend my gaming life a little longer.
Definitely.
And it didn't help that my dog ate my first one, so that kind of sucks.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so it's broken, but I can use it for parts if something else goes wrong with my other ones.
That is
That's
very
true.
That's
you
very
could.
true. Okay, so for those of you chat, if you guys are not familiar of what we are talking about, so this right here, this is the Azeron Saro. This is the hybrid between a mouse, keyboard, and analog stick. As you can see, it has, I believe, 18 buttons here. You can see the Y buttons. On the top, you have 5 more. And then on the side, you have your analog stick, multi-directional. And then at the bottom, you got your mouse. Now, the beautiful thing about this is that all keys, you can make it whatever you want. However, whatever game you're playing, you can set it to that. You get so many different things you could do. Not just like a keyboard. You can also do like mouse commands. You could do joystick commands. There's so many different things you could do with it. And the fact that it also has 9 different programmable profiles, like, it gives you different profiles you could choose from. So if, let's say, you're playing like Call of Duty, you can switch to that program. You're gonna play Fallout Guys, you could change to that program. Like, it's really cool, like very versatile. If you are interested, this is what it's called. Actually,
good old Amazon Saro.
Yeah, I don't think Amazon will have it, but they do have the Cyborg. They have the Cyborg, that's for sure. Yeah, it's actually really cool. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah, you're gonna only want to buy it on the actual site. It does take a while to get it shipped though. It takes probably about a couple weeks.
Yeah.
But-
I believe I got mine in like 3 weeks, I think.
Mm-hmm. Because they're made to order pretty much. They kind of custom make them
Yep.
as they get them in.
Yep.
So it takes
Yeah,
a
this
while.
one is mine. I don't think it's.
Ooh,
Oh, is that the Tartarus? The
Yeah.
it's
razor?
Tartarus, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I use that as well.
Nice.
Yep.
Really?
Good one. Hmm.
The only downside is this is all a left hand. So
Yeah,
I had to adapt with the left, but that's totally
Yep.
fine with me.
That is true. All right, so we actually got a question here. When have you had days where you're mentally overwhelmed? How do you get yourself through it? Andrei, you have to go first.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly I kind of have those days a lot. But honestly, it's more towards just work. Kind of get mentally drained and things like that. And like one of the things that helps me out is usually coming home. Video games help me out a lot. Kind of gets my mind off of things. But like in the early days, I had a lot of like breakdowns and like mental just fatigue regarding my stroke. It took me a long time to like accept it and kind of get over it. But yeah, I mean, it took time for me to just kind of be like, okay, it is what it is, and just try to move on. But yeah, honestly, like especially when I was a kid, going into like middle school and high school, I think that's like when I really started getting mentally kind of just overwhelmed, things like that, just due to the just how other kids react, things like that, and
It's
yeah,
a
it
me.
just took a while, right?
Yeah.
Once I got into college, it kind of stopped. But just that portion of my life was really hard. But once I got out of that, and then kind of reflected and accepted my situation, I kind of got over it. Got through it, so it doesn't really affect me too much.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's good.
That's for me.
That's really good, here, man. What about you, Vic?
For me, it's kind of interesting because like I'm autistic as well, so like dealing with certain situations can make me like very overwhelmed. So whenever that happens, I of course went into EMDR therapy when I had my stroke. And one of the things that my therapist got me to kind of center on is having a safe space. And I was like, what is a safe space? Like, you mean going into a room? And she's like, absolutely not. It's wherever you're at. If you're somewhere out in the open and you feel like you're not in a safe space, put your mind in a safe space. And mostly everybody who knows me I'm a huge fan of Supergirl. And one of my safe spaces is the Fortress of Solitude. So immediately, like, I have to sit down, I have to do like a meditation, and it's kind of weird because it's not a full-on meditation because you don't want to go into a meditative state in front of a whole bunch of people. But I just kind of sit there, close my eyes, and have to center myself for a moment, and I just imagine myself in the Fortress of Solitude, and immediately I have those four walls around me. And I feel centered, and I'm happy, and I can handle the moment. And then that's what I do. I go in there, and I'm like, I'm there. I'm in a safe space. The people around me are safe. Like my friends are safe, so I know I'm okay. So that's what I have to do. And when I go forward to that, then I know wherever I'm at in any kind of room, I can recenter myself if I have to. And sometimes that does include the 5 little steps of doing like the 5 things you can see, 4 things you can smell, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can touch, 1 thing you can taste. Just centering yourself whenever that happens. So my recommendation for anybody who goes through this is do the 5 steps, but while you're doing the 5 steps, put yourself in a safe space. What is your safe space? do that, do the 5 steps, and immediately you will center yourself. It helps.
Okay. Wow.
That's some good info. That's some good advice right there, everyone. Like, for real, that's wisdom right there.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah.
That's straight up. That's straight wisdom right there, man.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Hey, I only got there because of help, man.
oh yeah, definitely. I feel that. For myself, in the beginning, like, I really had no energy to do anything. Like, I remember
Yeah.
like the first month, I was sleeping all day. Wake up at night to eat dinner, hang out for a little bit, go back to sleep for another 12 hours, 14 hours. Because,
Yeah.
after having a stroke, our brains need rest. A lot of it. Because that's the only way our brains are going to be able to heal, right? So, as I progressed, I started to, regain like a little bit more of my independence doing stuff. But when it came to actually like going out to like family parties or a big function, for me, I have to make sure that like my social batteries are fully charged. Because before my stroke, I was a very, very sociable person, like the biggest social butterfly you'll ever meet. But after post stroke, I don't have the energy no more. I just don't like. If I'm going out, my mind has to be mentally prepared to see people and talk with people. So for me, when I'm feeling that stress coming down, what I like to do is something that I actually learned in massage therapy school. A traditional Japanese Reiki healing, which is basically spiritual healing. What I
Mhm.
like to do is to like if I'm in a room like right now, what I'll do is close my eyes, empty my mind, and put everything into a spiritual garbage can. I'll listen to calming music, like, so if you go onto YouTube and type in Reiki music, okay, so let me type this into chat. Reiki. If you type in Reiki music onto YouTube, it will give you like very soothing music that will help you meditate. So I'll
Mhm.
turn that on. My mind will be clear for about 10 minutes. I'm just breathing in, into your nose, out through your mouth, just breathing, relaxing my mind, trying to ground my spirit with heaven and earth.
Mhm.
Bringing myself down, making sure that I'm grounded. Once
Mhm.
I'm grounded, I can actually start to see, like, in my mind, I can actually start to see my own energy flowing. Like, I see this blue wave just flowing all around me. And as I move my hand, I can see that same wave, like, going with the motion of my hand. It's it's an amazing like technique to learn, like just meditation. Like, honestly, like clearing your mind out, putting everything in garbage can, and just breathe. Meditate for about 10 minutes. Once you're there, what you want to do is to try to imagine yourself walking through a meadow,
Mhm.
coming across into a forest, walking into a forest. You're walking into the forest, and then you all supposed to see this cave out of nowhere. You walk in. The first thing you will see is your spiritual animal. And once you see that, you will feel within you. Best thing to do is to look up that animal as a spirit animal. Like, for me, mine is the white tiger. A big white tiger with a fucking katana in his mouth. That's my spiritual animal right there. Like, that guy protects me all the time. Okay, so The white tiger is a manifestation of my imagination. I brought him to life because everyone knows a tiger is very fierce, very strong. That's what I wanted. That's my safe space, is that cave with my spiritual animal hanging out with me. Once I feel that, I'm good to go. Like, let's fucking do it. Let's go out. Let's have fun.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
That's what I do. So it's kind of similar to you, Vic, but in a different, I guess a different, oh my God, different.
You're just
method?
creating a safe space. Yeah, it's a different
Yeah.
method, and it's just basically a safe space for yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I learned in massage therapy school. Like, even my teacher was really like surprised how I was able to come up with all this stuff. Like, I just learned about it, and because I did that, I was able to do it. Like,
Yeah.
kind of going,
Mhm.
kind of staying on that topic. When my teacher asked me to come back to talk about it, I teach the class about Reiki healing. One of her students was actually going through a lot of shit. So my teacher asked me if I can help her, like, during class. I said, no problem. Let me see what I can do. So what I did with her, I took her to the side, and immediately, like, the moment I put my hand on her shoulder, like, I felt this immediate shock. Like, this girl had demons, like straight demons inside of her. Like, not saying that I'm an exorcism or like an exorcist or anything, but like helping her, like trying to ground herself from her demons. Like, that shit was like fighting me, like straight up. Like, I kept getting shocked every time I touched her. So what I did was I had to cleanse myself first, like do my safe space stuff, like healing, meditation, all that stuff before I could touch her again. After I did that, like, I was able to easily put my hand on her shoulder without getting a shock, and then I was able to help her, like, breathe, meditate, help her rinse herself of her demon. Maybe about like 30 minutes afterwards, like, she felt so much relief, like, and she started to cry because she did not know how to deal with it. The thing with Reiki healing is it's not just for you. Like, you can do it for other people as well. Like, you could perform it on other people from near to far. Like, it's all spiritual energy. Like, you can send that to anyone. And for me to do that for someone else, like, that was an awesome experience for myself. Like, because I've never done it for anyone. Like, and
yeah,
I'm no shaman. I am no shaman, Kira. But no, like, honestly, like, having that kind of power, like, it was actually pretty cool because I was able to rid her of her demon. But in doing so, I inherited some of it, and that shit drained the fuck out of me. Like, I had to fight it myself. Like, call me crazy. Like, this sounds like to a normal person, this sounds crazy.
It seems so. Like, coming from the background that I have, because I'm Wiccan, so like I completely understand like where you're coming from. Everybody has a different energy. Everybody's going to have that energy that kind of hangs out around them. And 100%, you could have spirits, you could have demons that are hanging out around you. And one of the main things, because what you're talking about sounds like one of those kind of spirits that just emotionally drains you. And 100%, you have to usually get help to get rid of it. Unfortunately, being a healer, you could easily get it if you don't have the protections for yourself. And you, like, I'm not saying don't go out and do it. You just need to make sure that you are protected first before you do it. And then you can easily help somebody get rid of whatever's going on. And what I appreciate the most is you can do this in 100,000 different ways. Reiki healing, therapy, EMDR, meditation, seeking out whatever religion that you focus on to do that, because spirits in general are going to be in every single religion that somebody practices. It's all going to depend on how you get rid of it. So nothing that you're saying is crazy. It's just more of there's going to be those spirits and stuff that are out there 100%. They're there. You have the spirits that drain. You have I think the term is empathetic vampires, and they are definitely out there. They're actually more scary to me than actual spirits because they're in person. That gets around you. Have you ever had that where you walked into a room and you get around a person and you suddenly feel 50% drained the moment you're next to them? And you're just like, why am I so drained right now? Like, I was so prepared to be at this event to do something, and then you just suddenly feel drained and you're like, God, I want to go home and go take a nap. That is an empathetic vampire. And some people don't realize that they do that, and they have to get help for it. But if they don't know, they can't get help. But yes, it 100% exists.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. Wow. Definitely been around people like that.
Yeah.
Nah, dude.
Wow.
They're the
Yeah.
worst, man. They're the worst.
Yes. They are so draining. And at first you're like, I want to like this person. Why don't I like this person? And
that's why.
it's nothing to do with them personally. It's just the fact that they have that energy that will just suck you dry, and you're just like, I can't do this. So yeah.
Wow.
Very, very true. Holy crap.
You got a whole bunch of comments.
Yeah, dude, I'm so sorry, everyone. But frequency based music, yeah. So there's that as well. Actually, let me get a sample of give me 1 second, everyone. Let me get a sample of oh shit.
Let me do this so I can help you out some. I'll go to your channel so I can actually watch your chat.
Okay.
Yeah, just
because it might be easier. Cool. All right.
Let me.
Kira, the comment. Yes, I hate being reverse vamped. Love that.
Oh my god, that's funny. Oh my god, where is it coming from? Oh, here you go. Yeah,
Well,
pause this real quick.
Well, dancing, it's always good to keep chatty with ourselves. That way we don't feel like we're going nuts.
Alright, so what I'm about to play, chat, this is what Reiki music sounds like.
I was on the stream.
Yeah, it's on stream. Yeah, it's on stream.
Yeah, I'm listening to it through your stream.
Nice. Yeah. I will listen to whereas like I will legit listen to something like that as I'm meditating. Like it really helps focus my mind onto one point, and that's to have nothing in my mind. Literally nothing in my mind. Emptying it all out. And yeah, everyone, like honestly, like Reiki music, like if you're having a stressful day, you're stressed
Mhm.
out, you're just having a really, really bad day, listening to Reiki music really helps.
No, that
There's
seems super
also
relaxing.
I'm sorry. Um, there's a sound. There's a certain hertz that you can get up to sound. And it helps for anybody who also has like ADHD. Um, but for some reason, it's a certain decibel of a hertz that
Yeah.
literally your mind just empties, and I don't understand it at all.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, like honestly, like, uh, oh my god, dude, fucking stupid bots, man. I'm sorry. Oh, but yeah, hearing those high frequency sounds, like, I can't forget, it's at like 12,000 hertz or some shit like that, like something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, those really high pitched sounds, like sometimes, like that will work for me. Like I could focus, like that will help me focus on something. Because for me, like I know there are some people out there who are visual learners or visual aids. For me, sometimes I like audio aid.
Oh
Like
yeah.
yeah, like
Mm.
I like listening to music when I focus on stuff. I like to listen to music when I'm meditating. I like to listen to music when I'm working out. Like music for me helps.
Hmm.
Like I don't know
Yeah.
about you guys. Like, are you guys visual or audio when it comes to like what I'm
It,
talking about, like focusing?
it depends on the situation. Like there's times where it's going to be definitely audio for me, and then other times where it's definitely visual. But it has to be one of those meditative videos that like everything is going in tandem really well. I don't know what that is. It just sucks me right in.
Yeah.
Gotcha,
I think
gotcha.
yeah, for me I definitely feel like I'm more of a visual
Yeah.
learner
Visual.
for
With
sure.
dancing, you say both. Do, do you mean
Mostly
like at the
audio.
same time, or either or?
Yeah, that's actually a good question. Like, do you like
Mm.
both at the same time, or is it one or the other? That's actually a really good question. Here it says mostly audio, and it also depends.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's a really good point too. Like, it really depends. Like, okay, let me ask you guys this: when you sleep, do you sleep? Can you sleep with noise, or do you need it to be absolutely like dead quiet?
I have to have noise.
Yeah, I need
100% have to have noise.
if I don't have my fan going, I can't sleep.
Yeah.
Like I need
Okay,
like a
so
fan and it needs to
okay,
be
so
on me.
God, thank God. I thought I was the only one. Like, white noise, exactly white noise. Yeah, like I remember
Yep.
as a kid, like growing up, like I liked listening to the fan go off or the AC going on or music playing. Like especially
Hmm.
like especially nowadays, like ASMR, like raindrops, rainfall. Like I like to listen to
Yep.
that stuff when I sleep.
Yeah.
And I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm
Yeah.
glad.
And for me, I
Same,
feel like
Kira.
I need a pitch black darkness too. Like if there's like a little light, I feel like I can see through my eyelids and it just bugs me. Like I have to be
Yeah.
like in darkness and then I have to have a fan going at the same time.
I feel that. I feel that. I feel that, man. You are not alone. You
Right?
are not alone. Just like Michael
Yeah.
Jackson.
Uh-huh. But yeah, I have to have my if I'm traveling at all and I'm in like a different hotel, that sets me off anyways because I'm just like I'll pop awake every hour.
Yeah.
So I have to have sleep sounds going, and that way like my brain empties and I'm asleep. It also does not help that I have tinnitus as well because of my hearing impairedness. So like if I have no sound going, it's just my ears ringing, and I'm like, can't, nope,
Oh,
Oh God, no.
can't do it.
yeah, that doesn't sound good. Man.
You use a
Right.
bandana as a blindfold?
That
I mean, I'm totally not judging. I'm just surprised
works.
you
That
can use
works.
a bandana. Because for me, like, I would have to have one of those sleep masks to do
Yeah.
that. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. A sleep mask for me, like the one I
it
have,
stays
like
on better. Okay.
yeah, like the one I had, it's a eye mask of a panda. I remember, like
Panda? Nice.
yeah, like it's funny because I actually had that as a point redeem on stream, but I would have to wear that for like 5 minutes while I'm playing a game.
Yeah.
Just before. But yeah, I usually like if there's still light, like I will use like something to cover my eyes. That way I see no light at all.
Yeah.
Wow.
Honestly,
It's funny because I used to live in Florida, and one of the main things was like if we had a rainstorm or anything like that, I would fall asleep. But 100% of the time, if we had a hurricane coming through, I slept right through it.
yeah.
Didn't even know.
Oh wow.
Oh man, like I honestly I could say the same thing because like when I used to visit the Philippines as a kid, especially as a kid, Philippines is a very tropical area. They have tropical
Yep.
rainstorm, you have hurricane, tornadoes,
Mhm.
all that shit.
Yeah.
I remember there was a rainstorm that came in, and then tornadoes were come. I think there was like a mini tornado that came through. Everyone was awake. I was the only one to sleep.
Oh no!
Yeah, literally, like
You
everyone was
passed out.
yeah, like I passed the fuck out. Like I was in an AC room. Like the moment I woke up, I stepped out of the cold room into like a humid room, like sticky and everything. Like everyone was just panicking. Like, what the hell is going on? Like I'm a kid, like wiping my eyes. So they, there's a rainstorm. There's a tornado coming through. Like, really? Yeah,
You're like, but I hear no sirens.
exactly, exactly. Because
Yep.
in the Philippines, like we don't have like stuff like that. We don't have like fire trucks or anything. Like we just have like people yelling, "Oh my god, there's a fire! Oh my god!" Blah, blah. You know, like we don't have no sense of like emergency. Like
Mhm.
everyone just yelling.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my god, that was some good stuff right there. Like, but nowadays, like, you know, these. What the hell was I going with this? Oh my god, like, I was going somewhere with this, and now it just. Damn you,
Well,
fucking short-term memory.
Well, we were talking about the fact that like there's certain sounds that can empty our minds, help us sleep, kind of go through that process. That's how this
Okay.
conversation came about.
Okay, yeah. So as we get older, that's where I was going. So as we get older, we start to kind of find things depending on the person. You get older, you will find different sounds to fall asleep to. Like for me,
Yes.
like when I was a teenager, I used to listen to a lot of trance music to go to sleep. I like in my my freshman sophomore year.
Mhm.
Junior senior year came around, I listened to more Hawaiian music, R&B,
Okay.
love music. Like
Mm.
Yeah.
as I got older, like my taste for sound, my sleeping sounds changed. And
Same.
yeah, you guys have experienced the same thing. Like your choice of sounds has changed. So that's good to know. Like
I used to. No, it's definitely not just you. Because back when I was like 16 years old, I needed like a lot of sleep help during that time because there was a lot of shit going on in my life. But there was an album that could put me to sleep, and it still probably can to this day. But Mandy Moore her self-titled album Mandy Moore, I believe it is. I believe that's the one. That's the album for some reason would just put me out.
That's very interesting.
Let's see.
Mandy
I'm
Moore.
looking.
That is very interesting.
I want to
There
let me
was-
look at all her albums. Yes, it's the Mandy Moore
Gotcha,
self-titled
gotcha.
album. Yes,
Gotcha.
for some reason that put me out, and then it switched to ballads, like you stated. It did the ballads. Any kind of ballad would put me asleep, and then after that, it went into the sleep sounds. Because I discovered the sleep sounds through the Resound application that I had for my hearing aids. That they had white sound that you can use to help for the tinnitus.
Oh,
And
nice.
I realized that helped like quiet the tinnitus, in which like I didn't hear it when I was just going to sleep. And I was like, okay, so I need sound to go to sleep. That's why I needed it. And ever since then, sleep sounds, like anywhere I go, that like if I'm sharing a hotel with a friend, I'm just like, bro, just so you know, sleep sounds are going to go on. And immediately goes on, and my friend realizes, oh, I need sleep sounds too, because they conk right out within 5 minutes. And I'm like, told you, sleep sounds just
Nice.
helps. So
See, like,
yeah.
What about chat? What about you guys? Like, do you guys have like certain sounds that you like to listen to when you're going to sleep, or do you like to have it like dead silent? Because like I know some of you like Kira dancing, you guys are saying that you guys have to have noise,
Yeah.
and honestly, like
Do you-
everyone is different.
Yeah. Did you answer, Andara? I don't remember if you answered whether you needed it.
Oh yeah, I mean, the only thing I need is a fan. I've tried
Gotcha.
falling asleep to music. It doesn't work. I know my girlfriend really likes having the TV on when we go to sleep, but that's something I just can't do it. I can't have anything on. It's got to be really dark, and honestly, just the white noise from the fan does it for me. I've
Yeah.
tried to fall asleep to music, and even like sometimes my girlfriend will throw up like a 3-hour long YouTube video of like thunderstorms. That's not too bad, but then I'll wake up at like 1 in the morning and I'm like freaking out, like what is going on? And I have
Yeah.
to turn it off.
Yeah.
So,
Makes sense.
but yeah, I mean, I've tried, but usually just a fan does it for me.
Right. Lena says music or ocean sounds help her. Help. I don't know your pronouns. I'm sorry. But yeah.
Oh, she.
Okay. Got it. Music or ocean sounds help her. Nice. Very nice.
Yeah, very. Yeah, like honestly, like the ocean sounds like is very soothing to the ears. Like I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the crashing or the actual wave that like really helps. for
Yeah,
me,
it's
like-
just the waves.
Yeah.
Because if I'm on the beach and I'm sitting there like reading a book on the beach, I will go out. Like I would
Oh
just
yeah.
fall asleep.
right. Like
Yeah.
I would not even mind the seagulls like caught and running. Like just listening to the
Oh, yeah, that's-
sounds. Like it's
Yeah.
all natural. It's gonna happen. But yeah,
Yep.
definitely. Like I will for sure fall asleep on the beach for sure. I
Oh,
will.
yeah. Last time I went to the beach a couple months ago, I did the same thing. And honestly, I think the seagulls
Yeah.
help. That's
Yeah,
part of
they
the
probably
experience, and
do.
it helps me
Yeah.
sleep too.
For sure.
Kira says water noises just like I think hit at a deep instinctual level. Yeah. Yeah, I think
see.
water noises is the first thing that we use for meditation. I think that was the first form of meditation that was used. Dancing says it's YouTube talking in a monotone voice for me. That's gonna put anybody out. You just all you need is just a college class.
Yeah.
You just walk in for a professor who's just talking monotone, and you're just like, out. That's all you need.
Right. That's true. That's true.
Okay.
Kira says, math lecture of any time. Boom. Wait, no, that might send me into another stroke. That was
Oh
good.
man.
Oh my god.
I think I broke Matt. That's all. Deep breath, buddy. Deep breath. I have bad dyscalculia.
Oh.
Got worse after a stroke. What is dyscalculia? Your face is all red. I'm gonna look up
Literally.
dyscalculia really quick.
I'm sorry.
Difficulty in performing arithmetical calculations resulting from damage to the brain.
Oh, interesting.
Very interesting. It's like dyslexia, but with numbers math. Interesting.
Yeah, interesting.
Never knew that.
Wow.
Honestly, the I'm sorry. The monitor.
Yeah, that takes me back.
Nice.
Oh my god. Okay. The monitor. The monotone coming got me.
Yeah. Now I'm crying. Thanks, guys.
Fucking Ben Stein came into my mind.
Yes. Dry eyes.
Oh my god, dude. Oh.
Bueller.
Woo.
Bueller.
Woo, shit. Holy crap, dude.
You know who would be a really good person also? The dad from Schitt's Creek. Eugene Levy.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that guy. Hell
Yep.
yeah. Woo. Woo. That's such a good laugh. Oh my god, dude. Woo. Oh. I apologize for all that, everyone.
Why?
I just could not talk at all. I just kept laughing. Oh my god.
It's a comment. I know what to clip from this stream.
Woo. Alright. I'm calm down now. Jim's dad.
It's-
Duck at you.
Yeah.
Welcome in, Tim. Welcome in, man.
Kira says, it's fine, dude. It's good to show that despite all one has gone through, they could still laugh. Oh, yeah. 100%.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Honestly, for me, like, in the beginning, like, the first month, the first 2 months, I felt sorry for myself, especially in the hospital. Like, I could not help but feel so negative about, like, the whole thing. Like, why did this shit happen to me? Like, and having to deal with not having my left side. I'm just like, what the fuck? I was so negative about everything.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
over time, like, I start to let that mentality go, like, you know, because what's the point of bitching and moaning about about it. Like, it doesn't help shit. So all you can do is just push forward, like live life. Then
Yep.
to get your shit back,
Yep.
like, you know, like you have to just do it. You know, like for Adara here, he did it ever since he was 5 years old up to now at 28.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like, you had to deal with it at such a young age. Again, you got robbed, man. And
Yeah.
bro, like, I still.
Yeah.
I applaud
I mean-
you, man, straight up, bro. Like, having
No, I
to
mean, I
deal with
applaud
that
you.
as a kid, man. Like,
Yeah, you got over that in a couple months. It took me freaking dang near my damn whole life trying to get over that. You know what I mean? You know, it's
Yeah.
that
I mean,
same thing you said was feeling sorry for yourself. Like that, something I've pretty much gone through my almost my entire life.
I don't
think I'm
know
still
that
in
I would.
college.
True, but like I don't want to speak for you, Matt, but at the same time, like I kind of feel like you're going through the same thing I do, which is like I'm still not over it. Like
Yeah.
it's happened. I have dreams. I have nightmares of what happened. It's just like there was a certain amount of time that I was like, okay, I can get through this. I can do this. And I think it was 6 months in. I want to say 6 months in.
yeah.
And at that point, I literally reached out to my PCP and I was like, I severely need help. Because at that
Oh.
time, I had sunk to a really bad low. And I knew it was really bad. And that's when I got started on therapy. But it was only hey Matt, okay.
Yeah.
Because I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't know that you wanted to show your desktop.
I'm sorry.
But no, you're good. But where was I going? I got yeah. So dealing with all of that, like I'm still in therapy for it. I'm still processing it. I think the biggest thing that the accomplishment that I have from it is I can talk about it now without feeling like I want to break down and start crying.
Oh yeah,
That's
that's very relatable.
So one of the things, because excuse me if this is like super raw, but I was of course in the hospital for 5 days, and I got out of the hospital. And mind you, the movie that I had just seen before August the 28th was The Invitation, which was a horror film about vampires and a whole bunch of stuff. Good movie. But I have a connection with movies because it's very deep for me. And after I got out of the hospital, there was a movie that had just come out called 3,000 Years of Longing. Beautiful movie. Gorgeous movie. Had no idea the content that was going to be in it. And I went to go see this movie, and I'm sitting next to my mom, and of course my dad's on the other side. And we're in the movie, and I'm not going to spoil it. I'm just telling you a spot, just so if you do watch this movie, it is triggering. There was a section in which the genie wanted to see the world, so he decided to. And mind you, this is only a week, like a couple of days after I got out of the hospital. And one of the places that he went was a hospital. And he walked into a room in which a patient was having brain surgery. I was instantly triggered in the middle of the movie, and I just started sobbing, crying. And like I literally was broken down in tears, crying. Like I had to pull myself back together, and that was so hard at that moment. And I'll tell you in just a moment, dancing. That movie, I still can't watch that movie. because of that. And I loved the movie. I really did. But to go back to watch that movie, it feels like a triggering moment when that happens. Thank you, Kira. So my stroke happened in 2022, August the 28th. So it was 2 years ago and some change. And in August this year will be 3. So yeah, it's saddening to me that I cannot watch this movie again without feeling like I want to break down in tears. But that is the point that I'm trying to make, is that you're not completely over anything that actually happens. It could be years and you still have that trigger moment that just triggers. And what I do hope that people understand, anybody who doesn't have a disability or anything like that they understand that triggers happen for everyone. And the ableistic society, and I hear it constantly, in which somebody's like, oh, I'm triggered. And I'm like, can we stop saying that unless we're actually triggered? Because when I get triggered, I'm not actually saying I'm triggered. I just dissolve into tears. That's it. And I can't function in that moment. And what I'm really trying to express in this moment is just have compassion for yourself, hold space for your friends, everyone who's going through this with you, and that you understand that you may suddenly feel like, oh, I'm over it, I'm okay. It's like Andar says, it's been 23 years. You can have at any moment in your life a triggering moment and you realize, oh, I'm not over this. Because that's the thing, you're not. It's just, and a lot of people also state like time heals all wounds. No. You grow around your wounds so that they do not hurt as much. And I do want to emphasize that to everybody, because I have had so many instances in my life that stuff has happened. And I realize that phrase is much better to say, that you grow with your wounds. They're not gone. They're not going to leave you, but they're there. They're just going to be there. And you really do have to have that safe space for yourself so that you can have that moment to recollect it and keep going. And I think that's what a lot of people don't realize, is that we just keep going. And that's the option we have. That's it.
Yep.
See, you said that very well, honestly. Like, I could not have said that any better than that. Like,
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that was perfect.
yeah, like, we're human. All we can do is just keep
Yeah.
moving forward. Like when my stroke hit, I was like, okay, you feel sorry for yourself in the beginning, but after that, get up, get your shoulders off, get moving.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
honestly,
Allow
for me,
yourself
like,
to feel it.
yeah,
That's the
exactly.
thing. Allow yourself to feel it, because it's going to be there. That's the thing. Feel it, but keep going.
Exactly. Also, like, I believe I want to say maybe like 6 months into the stroke, I slowly accepted the fact that I just had the stroke, and all I can do is heal from it. Like, stop feeling sorry for myself. Stop being negative. Learn from it, grow from it, and keep pushing. That's really all. Anything a stroke survivor can do. Just the worst thing you could do is give up on yourself. Literally, the biggest worst thing you could do to yourself is to just give up. Like, I don't mean to put other people's laundry out there, but in some of these stroke groups I'm in, like, some of these people are just like so down on themselves, and I'm just like, please don't think like that. It's hard right now. In the beginning, it's very hard for everybody. Give yourself some time. Give yourself some time to heal. Give yourself some time to understand what just happened to you and adapt. You know, like I've posted some, you know, some comments on people's posts and stuff like that. Like I'll say something like, don't ever give up on yourself. Think about the second chance you have been given to in this life to live. Like, don't waste it, you know, sulking on what just happened. Grow from it, learn from it.
Yep.
Keep pushing. Don't give up. Like, look past the stroke. Keep looking forward to the next horizon. Like, keep growing. Don't stop.
Well, also on top of that, like you also need to focus on where can I get the support system? Where can I get help? Because in the end, all of us are going to need that. We're going to need that support so that we keep going. Because if we look at every one of us that have had this, that we can talk about this completely, we've had some kind of support system. We've had our families to support us. We've had therapists who support us. We've had nurses who support us. You have to look for that support system. And I think that's another thing that we're trying to do by doing this podcast is this is a support system. We're trying to tell you that it sucks. It fucking sucks what we just went through or have gone through. But we're here and we're going to continue going on and we're going to help speak for you because people need to realize that they still have a voice. And I think that's what most people forget, is they have a voice and they need to speak about it and they need to talk about it because at the end of the day, the only person who's going to be an advocate is yourself. So you have to keep that in mind.
That's very, very right. Very true. I'm glad you pointed that out too, because that is what we are doing here right now. We are literally advocating for stroke survivors, letting people know what's good. Like, yo, you guys need to hear this out. Like, you know, not to shove it down their throats or anything, but you know, just word of mouth. You know, just putting it out there for people to listen to. You know,
yeah.
We're just here to tell you, you know, this is what you can do if someone is going through a stroke. Like, with using our experiences to your advantage, you could save someone's life or your own, like, you know, something like that. Like,
yeah.
And it's very
Sorry, I just heard some
noise
in the background. Sorry if it came through.
No, you're good. Like, honestly, like, hearing us talk about this, like, I really hope that everything that has been mentioned, minus all the joking and everything, like, I really hope that everything that we say here has been really received. You know, like, I just wish that all the messages that we're saying, that's really
coming through. Like, you want our voices to be heard for another person. Like, if we can resonate with somebody that they understand, like, yes, we're going through the same thing you are, and we're right there in the thick of it with you. So, yeah.
I'm really, having this podcast idea, like, it's still, like, growing. Like, this is only episode 4. And
it is.
Already, like, well, we've already heard 4 different stories. Just imagine all the other stories that are out there that we have not heard yet. Like, I think just just us projecting our voices to be heard. Other people will start to come in and be like, oh, you know what? Maybe I should listen to this. Because, like, people don't know. Not everyone.
No, they don't.
Yeah, exactly. Not everyone is in the know, unless you're like a nurse or a doctor or a practitioner of some sort. But the normal, like, everyone else, they don't know. They have no idea what to look for or what to pay attention to or what to feel. You know, so that's why having us talk about our experiences is like everyone can hear, everyone will know.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
hmm
this is like
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Back when I had my stroke, the hospital had reached out to me like several times asking me to like talk about my story, to like have that conversation so they could share my story to talk to other people and tell them like, hey, a stroke can happen anywhere. They never called me back to get my story. It's been almost 3 years. They've never come back to get my story. And there's a part of me that is slightly pissed off about it. Because I'm just like, this story should be out there. And so the moment like you reached out to me and you're like, hey, like, do you want to talk about your story and talk about your stroke? I was like, 100%. Let's do it. I was like, yeah, let's do it. Because that was a part of me that was slightly upset at the hospital, is the fact that they just didn't do it. And the main thing I wanted to get out, like to spread the word about, is the fact that like the stroke can happen to literally anyone. And that's what we've shown out of 4 or 5 stories that we have, including yours, Matt, is that like everybody is different. And it's amazing to hear the different stories and just kind of show out there and be like, listen, yeah, this can happen as young as 5 years old. And it can change your entire life. So, yeah.
Yeah. Really can.
man, dude. And I still applaud you straight up, bro. Like,
Yeah.
just knowing what you've been through growing up and taking life by the horns, man. Like if you okay, so I hope you don't mind me asking, and if this is too personal, you do not have to answer.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
earlier you did mention girlfriend. Now, as a person who fell in love, how did it feel for you? Like, did you think it was possible for you to be in love because of your situation,
Mhm.
or did you just you just ran with
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. No, that's a really good question. Um, yeah, I was gonna say like this whole conversation I've been listening to is like me growing up having this stroke. I never did therapy.
Okay.
Never really talked to anybody about it really. And I think that was like a really big struggle for me growing up. I'm gonna be a little bit more open up because I feel more comfortable now. But
That's good. That's
yeah,
good.
just growing up, honestly, dude, it was hard. It was really hard. Really didn't have anybody to talk to.
Mhm.
Didn't really talk to my family about it. It was more so just like me trying to figure everything out on my own, trying to accept it, by myself. And like you said, your question, if I ever thought I would get a, girlfriend or have a relationship, no, I never thought about it. It goes back to me feeling sorry about myself. Like, hey, like nobody's gonna want to be with me, right? I got a freaking my right side of my body doesn't work as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, and honestly, I've been with my girlfriend for 5 years now, going on 5 years,
Oh,
Nice.
and I
wow.
think having her, she's been my support system. Like,
Yeah.
that's when my mindset really started to change, and I stopped feeling sorry about myself.
Mhm.
Having her support and just like me being able to vent to her things about like that really helped me in my life. But like before that, yeah, it was all negativity. It was all just depression, feeling sorry for myself. Um,
So
but yeah.
I have a quick question for you.
Mhm.
With the family side of it, do you feel like they didn't want to ask because they weren't sure how you were going to answer?
No, I think it was more so like every time I would bring it up,
Mhm.
I don't know if this is healthy or not. But like every time I'd bring it up to my mom, she would just tell me the same thing. Just stop feeling sorry for yourself.
I
There's
hate that.
people.
That's
Yeah, and then
that's not an
they would tell
answer.
me
That's the word. That's the
they would
worst.
tell me there's people out there who have it worse than you,
Oh Jesus!
and
No.
That's
I feel like they
even
did a lot more
worse.
damage than good. Yeah, so like that's why I
Oh,
never
yeah,
really
no.
talked good about them. You know.
So what
So
we
that-
call that is we call that a toxic family.
Yes.
Yeah.
Big time, big time, big
I
time,
am.
bro.
I joke about it, but I 100% understand, and I am truly deeply sorry that
Yeah,
you went
big
through that.
time, man. Yeah, same here, same
Yeah.
here. Like my heart goes to you, bro. Like, holy shit, man. Like having family to treat you like that, like, bro, that's just wrong straight up on so many levels, bro. Like, you would think that family will be there for you no matter what, but
Right.
Yeah.
god damn, bro.
Yeah,
That's
I mean-
pretty harsh, man.
Yeah, I
It
think it
is
was just
harsh.
like that. Just like taught me just like internalize it. You know,
Yeah. Well, that's
never really
kind of
brought it up.
it is one of the things that's going to happen immediately if you don't have that system immediately where people can help you vent. Like even if you just need to vent and let off steam and be like, this fucking sucks. If you don't have that system, then immediately you're just going to keep that inside and you're going to keep turning and looking towards yourself going, I'm the problem, when you're
Yeah.
not the problem. It's the world that's the problem because we live in an ableistic society. I will die on that hill.
Yeah, right.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that big time.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, that's just kind of how it's been. So like, it took me a long time to, get to that point where like, okay, I accept it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it happened at a young age, and thankfully, I was able to, do a lot of things that a lot of other people were able to do, like mountain biking. I was able to, ride bikes. So I skated. Wasn't very good, but I was able to do that.
Mhm.
I got a lot of function back in my right leg, so I could drive now, which is nice.
Nice.
But yeah, I
nice.
mean, just unfortunately couldn't get a lot in my right arm. But I've kind of grew up
Yeah.
to compensate for that. But I was able to recover enough to where I could be almost normal, like a lot of other people. Like I played baseball, things like that. So,
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
but yeah,
I mean,
just,
what do we-
just,
what do we consider normal anymore?
Exactly.
Even
Right,
and I
exactly, right.
don't even like the idea of normal because nobody's normal. So,
Exactly. Exactly.
yeah, yep.
But,
But-
honestly,
Yeah.
for me to hear that, you found love, like that really does give me hope for myself because I really thought I would not find anyone because of stroke, like
Yeah.
and
Yep.
it's even before that, like I was I tried to put myself out there to have a relationship, but every woman who saw me, they only saw me for like what I look like and what I have. They
Mhm.
never thought to bother. They never bothered to look inside, past all of that.
Yep.
That's-
Until
that's very superficial people, though.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Until I came around this person I'm talking to now, like he understands me fully, and like
Right.
we have these meaningful conversations, and I'm just like, okay, I like this so much. Like I did not think it would be possible to find someone, like in this day and age,
Yeah.
especially having a stroke, not having the other half of your body. Like I didn't think it would work, but it's slowly working
Mhm.
for me. I'm trying to get
Yeah.
there. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Well, there's
Like.
Sorry.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
there. Finish.
Like I'm just trying to, hope for the best because I have not been with anyone for so long, let alone like after a stroke, post stroke. Now, like I didn't think it would be possible. I'm actually happy that hearing you, like it's possible. It's possible
Mhm.
for us to find love, and just hearing you saying you have a girlfriend for 5 years, that really reassures me. Like the reassurance hearing that like is there for sure. Like
Yeah.
I know I can get it. So
Yeah.
thank you for sharing. Like
Mhm.
I really appreciate that so much, man. Like that was one of my biggest worries after the stroke is will I be able to find love again?
Oh, you'll
Mhm.
always find it. I mean,
Yeah.
hardest part is we start looking outside to everything and we're like, oh, I need this kind of love. And I think a lot of people forget that there's actually 3 different kinds of love. There's the best friend kind of love. There's the relationship love of having a partner, and then there's the familial love. And I think we take for granted the relationship love, and we're like, I want that specifically. And really, I had to come to terms that like I probably would not find the person that I wanted to be with.
Mhm.
And out of that came out 3 best friends that I have that I love truly deeply, that I'm actually going to go see in Vegas in like 2 weeks. So, but
Nice.
like you need to focus on not just that relationship love. You have to look at the friendship love that comes out of it. The people who love you for who you are, that even if you have a disability, it's not going to matter.
Mhm.
That's what it is. It should not matter what, like, because I don't want to say what's wrong with you. It's what you can't do or can't give that should not matter. And that's not attached to your worth. And that was a big thing that I like had to come to terms with too, but for a totally different reason. Because I'm autistic with ADHD. Like I feel completely different from a whole bunch of people because I feel like people don't understand me. And that took a lot of going into myself to accept a whole bunch of that. But back to the love sort of it, like also I know we don't have a lot of time left, but the whole phrase love yourself before you can love somebody else, I don't agree with that. 100% don't agree with that. Because you really don't have to love yourself 100% to find someone else.
Yeah, I
It
agree with that.
is, you have to be open to look for somebody else. That's the biggest thing. And what you truly want to look for in a relationship, and be it friendship, family, found family too. You don't always have to look at blood. The friendship, the found family, and then the relationship. These people are going to be the people that accept you the most and help you grow. And that's how you love yourself. And that's what you have to focus on, instead of this whole idea of I need to love myself before I can actually go find somebody else.
Yeah.
Because don't put that much worth on that.
Yep. It's true.
That's very deep for sure. Like, my camera just.
Yeah, your
freeze.
camera froze.
Yeah, your camera's frozen.
Oh my god! What the hell?
Yeah.
Oops.
It happens, boss. All right. We missed a couple of comments. So sorry. Let's see. Kira said normal is a setting on the washer. 100%.
Oh my god!
Let's see. It probably did. I'm so sorry, my dude.
It's okay. It's alright. It's alright. No worries.
Can you unplug it and plug it back in to see if it works? Let's see.
That's what I've been doing.
Ventus Nate says, same, been single for most of my life and I'm okay with that. 100%. be happy. Be happy being single until you find that person. I've been single for 11, 12 years, and I'm just now talking to somebody that we're gonna start dating, and I'm very, very excited.
Yep.
Let's see. Woo, Vegas. Kira says, I'm adopted, so I'm not blood related to anyone around me anyway. So yes, found fam, 100%. Yes.
Yep.
I believe in found family more than I do blood. So, yeah. Dancing. Be right back. Calling my cousin. Need to tell him I love him. Ventus Night. Damn, Kira. Let's see. Kira says I could hear him. Ventus. Oh yeah.
We are back.
Yeah. Ventus Knight says, when it comes to people, I'm in a way where the saying "take it or leave it" comes into play. Oh yeah, 100%. Because there is those moments in which like you have to like what's the word? It's the word in which you have to kind of make changes for the person. I don't
can't think of the word. I can't think of
yeah,
the word.
I know what it is. It's right there, but I can't think of it. Yay, stroke brain. Yes, it's kind of the idea of like if someone gives 70% and you give 30, do you feel like that would be enough in the end? And it's not, mind you, but if you at least meet each other halfway, 50-50, and you work together for the relationship, that's when it comes in. And the whole idea that you have to change your entire person to be for that person is unacceptable. Because there has to, like, you have to be yourself. There is no like, oh, I have to change how I look, or I have to change how I am to be with this person. You should not have to do that.
Mhm.
You should
Very
be
true.
yourself. You should do what you like. You should continue with what you want. Just do that. And that's what I've kind of done is I've gone about and I'm like, listen, this person, whoever I'm going to be with, is probably going to show up out of the blue. And yes, they did. And I'm excited. Like that's the thing. Like we're all going to find that person that comes out of the blue that you're just like, yeah, this is my person, because that's how you should feel. And same thing with your friends. These are my people. That like
Yeah.
I walk into a room and I'm like, I feel seen. That's
Yeah.
or roll into a room. I feel seen. Like you should feel seen. 100%.
The validity.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No,
Yeah,
I understand what you're saying.
I totally feel you on that. Like I totally get that. Like having to having that person or a group of friends who you can feel the most comfortable with. Like literally you could tell them anything. Like it's always good to have that, because sometimes when you're just not feeling it, but you need to talk to someone about it, like you have that support system. Like what we're talking about, having a good support system always helps.
Right. It looks like we have about. Sorry.
I don't know. We have about how much time left?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. All right. Yeah. That Derek says, if they like you, they like you. If not, be like, sorry, maybe next time. Very true. You don't want to waste your time on someone who doesn't want to give you anything. Like, what's the point? You know?
Yeah.
You want to be able to give yourself fully to someone who's willing to give themselves fully to you as well. Like what you said, Dick, 50-50, meet halfway.
Yeah. Well, the other thing too is you want somebody who's empathetic. Like everything we're going through, we're going to have those moments in which we sit down to just break down. We're going to have it. And we need somebody who's empathetic in the sense of understanding those moments and not judging us or not telling us, get over it. Other people have it worse than you do, kind of thing. Because that's not empathetic. That's condescending and basically throwing away how you feel in that moment. Like I said earlier, you have to feel these feelings. You have to understand the feelings, feel them, and then move on and keep going.
Yeah.
Because the feelings are going to be there and you can't just get rid of it. That's the hardest part.
Very true. Very true.
Right.
Let's see. So
Don't waste time with games unless it's a video game. 100%.
Hell yeah, yeah, it's very true, man. All right.
That's great.
All right, so we're actually coming to the end of the podcast. Does anyone in chat, do you guys have any last minute questions for us? Vic and Andara, do you guys have any last minute thoughts at all?
Yeah, I mean, last minute thoughts. Yeah, I'm just glad that I was able to do this. This is probably honestly the first time I've sat down like this and actually talk about what I've been through and stuff like that. So I think it's definitely feels healthy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
definitely.
yeah, appreciate you guys having me come on. Well, I think it helped out a lot. Sorry I'm not super talkative, but first time doing this.
You are good. You are very
awesome
very good.
You're totally
And
fine.
honestly, Andara, trust me, this is a safe place for all of us here. Like, all of us show survivors, like the Discord that we're in, that is our safe place. That's our safe haven where we can connect, hang out, play games, and talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's our space right there. Oh,
yeah, super
okay.
awesome.
So dancing here has a question for you. What type of video games do you play?
Type of video games I play? Man, I play pretty much everything. I like a lot of FPS games.
Okay.
That's kind of what my YouTube channel's been about. Mainly playing Call of Duty with this thing. Just showcasing how good you can get with this. I've been pretty honestly, you get used to it. It's really honestly, I feel like I'm on par with a lot of other people using that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like Final Fantasy games. I've been playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 for a while.
Nice.
And then games like Repo. I haven't played Repo yet, but I played Lethal Company, the other games that are kind of similar to that.
Company, yeah.
So things like that. Honestly, I'll play everything: racing games, FPS games, role-playing games.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in the Discord, in the show group, we actually play Repo here and there, together as a group. And honestly, it's really fun when you can actually connect with people who are just like you and play video games and just have fun, man. Honestly, for me, I've always been a solo player my whole life until I met this group of people, and we're all the same. We're all the same. And I just feel happy. I just feel happy about it, a place where we can actually be ourselves and not be judged by anyone else.
That's the key thing. The judgment that comes out of some of the gaming community is horrid. It's absolutely horrendous.
Big
and I'm
time,
just like,
big
man,
time.
I'm here to have fun and play a game and maybe have a good banter between us, but I'm not going past that. Why are you putting me down?
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
Ventus Knight asked if you play Borderlands. Andara.
A long time ago, I think I played with some friends, but I don't think I ever beat it. I think we played it once or twice. I think it was the first one.
I haven't either, so don't feel bad.
I haven't really played it.
Same here. Something I gotta go back to.
Yeah,
Yes,
same.
it's on my
I'll
list.
probably
It's in my
I'll
backlog
pick it up
right now.
later. Yeah.
Yeah, literally. All right. Well, looks like there's no more questions. So, yeah, this wraps up the podcast, episode 4, everyone.
Oh,
And,
you're asking when we're playing Repo. I'm actually playing Repo 6 my time, so in an hour.
Oh,
Because I need
Tim.
to Huh?
No, Doug True. That's actually my best friend. My high
Nice.
school
Nice.
homie. Yeah.
Nice.
I think that was for me.
Oh, it's fine.
But
You're good.
we definitely will play though, man. We definitely will play. But yeah, everyone, this is the end of the podcast. I'm still gonna be streaming, so yeah, this is the end of the podcast part of it. So again, everyone, like, thanks for listening in. Vic and Andara for being my co-host and the guest.
Mhm.
Thank you so much, you guys. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I hope you guys have the rest of the day. I hope you guys have a good day.
Yeah.
Oh.
It'll be good.
Thank you for having me on.
Catch you guys.
Appreciate it.
Of course.
Cool.
I'll catch you guys next time.
All
Bye.
Have
Bye.
a good night. Bye.
You guys too. All right, everyone. So after all that, give me 1 second here. Let me turn this off. This one activate, but no. There you go. All right. So we're just gonna hang out for a little bit longer here, but before we continue, I'm actually going to take a quick break because I gotta use the bathroom like big time. I've been holding it in this whole time. Oh my god. Okay, so yeah, I'll be right back, everyone. If you guys use the restroom, get something to munch on, something to drink, and we'll be right back.